Hello, welcome back. Last time I played with an enormous sea serpent and a normal-sized tropical bird. I have a choice of a computer or seaweed. I choose the computer. Seaweed has not treated me super well so far. Oh boy, there's a computer and seaweed.
It's an underwater business machine's QT-150.
QT-150?
A UBM.
You mean it's a computer?
Yep, just like the ones in the fish wagon.
Guppy, this sounds like evidence to me.
In this mission, the goal is to get the computer down into the water and push it out through one of the exits.
Oh, that's different. Okay. So that's what's going on. Alright, so Virgil, you're on a little bit of seaweed. I can do something like this if I want to. And get you up there. Well, no, that doesn't get you up there. Hold on. Is this computer... No, it's not steel pipe colored. Right, he can't push it because he's standing on it. But if I were to do this, he could. Okay. So Virgil's gonna have to put something in this space, because if he's standing here, he can't push to the right. I think I need this to... Well, no, that doesn't make sense. It could. That could work. Yeah, if this went in here... Virgil could stand on it and push the computer out of the way, and then make another push, and then it would be stuck. So that might not be the best thing. There's a starfish here. Oh boy. So those are pushable. Well, all that means is that I just have to get Virgil in there. Or something. That could be simple. Alright, so, what am I trying to do?
Whoever sent that false message to Mr. Crab probably used this computer to do so.
That's my guess.
Sounds reasonable. Alright, so if I were to do this, let's see just exactly what this does for me. Well, that's not what I want. So I would need this piece additionally, or something, maybe? That's an interesting little block. If I wanted to get this out, I would need this bit of seaweed. Okay, so, let's see. I need Virgil on the right side of this to push it around. Now, let me predict this a little more. So let's just go ahead and say that I had Virgil in here. He would push the seaweed to the left, stand on top of it. That wouldn't work. I'm gonna need this thing in here too, so he can push that all the way across, get across himself. Elevate those things all the way up here. How would that work? I can't elevate them that high. Like, I can't get Virgil over top of this computer at all. That's as high as he goes right now. He would need to be too higher for that to happen.
You know, this isn't the oldest computer used by the FIN.
It isn't?
Our payroll system is on punch cards.
You know, last week I saw the budget director using an abacus.
Oh, this is not how this works. And if I do this, yeah, now he just has to exit. Right? I think so. Alright, so many complications exist here. I think I need to stack this and this on top of here to get enough height for Virgil to get up over the computer. With that bit of seaweed, no, then I would need one more thing. What's the steel pipe for? This is for pushing the steel pipe, perhaps, but that's not enough. Because that's only 4. This itself is 4, and it's on a 5-wide thingy. Virgil could be the other thing. So if I were to push that steel pipe out, Flounder's set up in such a way that... Okay, the steel pipe is one of the things in this structure here. It can go on top of this something, on top of the flounder, I guess. Seaweed goes on top of that. Okay, so I think my current project here is to get that pipe out of there. How would that happen? How can I get a Virgil up here? Oh, I see. The non-starfish way would be to do this. But then, right, then I don't get the starfish because of that. Okay, well, don't particularly want to consider getting that starfish right now.
So
That'll
how
have to
do you
wait.
guys transmit all those graphics in your messages when your computers are so old?
Clever encoding. The FIN has figured out a way to encode any graphics transmission as a 5-digit number.
That's unlikely.
Really?
Yes, I think the number is 61,300.
5-digit number, 5 decimal digits. So that's like 16 bits. As in a 16-bit number, there aren't all that many graphics you can actually represent. Okay, so yes, I can do this, but this needs to be out of the way or something, or I can just do that. Sure. Why am I doing it this way? This is unnecessary. Because you can just kind of get out of the way for now. Problem. Flounder doesn't fit in there to push that way. Huh. Well... So what if I would first... Let's see, so if that's 4... Yeah, okay, if I first use Virgil to push it 1... So push you once, like this. Yeah, sure. Why don't you ride Guppy? She can move a little easier than him. Now, big guy...
QT150 was last manufactured in 1987. It's an antique.
Big guy does this. You just get off somewhere. So that computer has to go off the edge of the screen. That's going to be... It's going to be to the right, because, oh, and this is, this has to move. That's the purpose of this, to block the computer. Computer is 4 tall and essentially 5 wide. So 4 tall, 5 wide would fit through this space if this were to move, but without moving that, then it can't. So this definitely has to move. That is a task that I have. Let's just work on that now. Well, I don't have to do it now because I'm in the middle of something else. I like all the necessity of teamwork here. Like there's a bunch of stuff that has to be pushed by very specific team members. Okay, so that's fine. Now you can reach. And drop that pipe down. Why? Because... Oh shoot, I need Virgil again. Oh. Okay. So something like this.
You know, this isn't the oldest computer used.
You already said that. This doesn't really make sense. I'm doing this all wrong. I need the other fish. Yeah, I need to switch fish. I can switch fish like this. I think. Oh boy. You get on there. I think that's right. No, it's not. I needed... Yeah, I needed the opposite. Like this. There we go. Pipe is moved. So now... I need some crabby assistance. Or not. Fishy assistance will do fine. I think I can get that seaweed back out again, somehow. I hope so, because I'm going to need it again. Actually, how will that happen? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Okay, this is a problem, actually, because I have to do this to get him out. But I want him on the other side already when that's happening. Well, but that's impossible, because he's the only one who can push it.
You realize this computer is so old that it wouldn't even be able to run Fish Fillets 1?
That pipe cannot go upward, exactly. Okay. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to stack extra objects on top of that structure that was at the start. So this seaweed could be on the bottom. Like, in any order, this seaweed, this pipe, this owl thing need to be stacked on top of each other with Virgil on top to get to the other side of the computer. I think this also needs to move to the other side. This could move into the water, though, if I needed it to. Maybe this? Let's see. So a fish can go up this high, then I need to bridge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6 tiles if something other than Virgil needs to go up, 5 if only he needs to go up. I'm thinking maybe actually this piece of seaweed would go here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's only enough to get Virgil over. And that's not what I need. Well, see, Flounder's stuck. I can put that pipe in the pit. Big deal. That does nothing useful. I can't put it on top of anything, can I? See, I can't really put much of anything in the pit. You're not immune to those. Like, this will just kill you.
Oh no!
I can't really push these out of there at all, as far as I know. What am I trying to do? I'll do one of these, because I might be about to go back and do something else entirely. So what about this? Is that definitely a bad idea, or maybe not? Because, like, I think that actually lets things be retrievable. You know, that's not such a bad idea. Okay. I kind of like this. So if things are in that arrangement, let's keep going. Then Mr. Crab can get under here and push the seaweed upward, which lets Mr. Big Fish do this. Okay, so I wasn't stuck exactly. Alright, I've freed that seaweed. I have a pipe that I can push wherever I want. I should probably move this object into a pushable spot. Okay. Now, it's not going to be possible to move the pipe onto Flounder's back. That's not true. I just have to balance it there and put him under it. But that's impossible. Okay, so what's going to have to happen? I see. I see it. Alright, so for him to get in here... Yeah, the only way is with the very edge of the pipe there, so it's 4 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4. That pipe can only go up high enough for no, it can't be involved in this stack then. Unless it were like sitting on top of seaweed. No, this is, well, actually... No, I think there are things I can do with that. Okay, so let's not worry about that problem. I think it might not actually be a problem. Things I want to do. Well, here, you, don't be in that pit. One thing I definitely want to do is get that little owl statue thing out of there. Or whatever it is. Shoo, seaweed, you in the way. No. This is not what I want. This might be. Alright, so that allows pushing that thing. The way to do that is probably with the crab onto your back. So then I can do something like this. Oops, that's fine. Oops, so there we go. I've liberated this object. Oops. Okay, now what? Oops. I'm making so many little mistakes.
The QT-150 was last manufactured in 1980.
It's an antique. So, next steps. Let me just put this some convenient retrievable place. Actually, I think on top of this should be okay. I'm going to do this again. Now, that seaweed down there needs to move. Other than not being entirely sure of what I'm doing, this has been a pretty nice, relaxing puzzle so far. Reasonably pleasant. Alright, big fella. Do this. Lift that. And I'm going to shove some seaweed up under it. Yeah, I think that will do the job for what I need. What do I want on top? Okay, so it does the order matter here? Alright, so what I have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the right number. That will allow... Okay, so hang on. Let's think about this block again. Do I want to transfer this down here and swap it for this? But now that would give me only 5. No, I think this is going to have to be the thing that goes over here. Alright, so let's run through this. This object... So, elevate Virgil to here. Walk there, push this left, de-elevate, get Virgil on top of it. So everything... Seaweed is here. Virgil is here. Or here. So yeah, let's say Virgil is there, the seaweed is there. I think that means I need this to be the top object. Because I need something wide there for that full platform. Yeah, okay, so this is going... Okay, yeah, so Virgil, square of seaweed, horizontal seaweed on those 4. Probably... Probably vertical seaweed, somewhere around there. Owl block, pipe, flounder. That's the arrangement I'm picturing. Okay, so Virgil is here. He pushes that to the left. It falls down because it's above water, and if it is affected by gravity, it goes here.
The QT-150.
I know, he told me that. So Virgil goes here. He pushes the computer to the right. Then the seaweed block falls down here. Okay, so the computer is 1 to the right at that point. Virgil can still get on the edge of it, push the computer 1 more to the right. Then the problem is, the situation is that seaweed block is here, Computer keyboard is here. Computer is there. Protruding like that. And there's no place for Virgil to stand that's not on the keyboard, so he can't continue pushing that to the right. So I don't think this is the correct thing to do. So maybe what I need to do is swap... Well, hang on. No, there's more to it. Then the computer is hanging over this ledge. I can continue using my elevator to push it up and give Virgil a better way to push it. I think that's what I do. Okay. Sounds reasonable. So now my task is to get this seaweed jammed under this, I think. No, this one on the... Oh no, that needs to be on the top. It doesn't have to be on the top immediately, though. Alright, so here's my thinking. This is going to go in here. Something like that. Approximately. Well, sure, at this point you can get out of there. Okay, so you can't actually get under like that, so it's not going to be exactly in that arrangement, but that's fine. See, I've shoved another object up under the steel pipe. I think I might need to swap it with the owl block thing. That's fine, I can do that. I can do that fairly simply, right? Just by doing something like this. So push that to the right one more. Put that there. Do this. Okay, there we go. So that's just as good as having this seaweed on top. It's the same width, it's the same shape, so everything's okay with that. Now, this whole structure needs to move left. That pipe needs to align with the hole, like this. You can get under, and that's pretty good. Somebody else is going to need to manipulate this structure, though, which is fine. They can do that. But no, this isn't right. Because having that on the bottom... Oh boy. This is complicated. So will it work to just do something like the... Let's see, where does that go? Oh, I wanted to put that... Okay, hold on. That needs to go somewhere. So where does it need to go exactly? Let's see if I can just kind of stick it up on top of where that pipe is now, and stack everything else on top of that. That sounds reasonable to me. Yeah, that doesn't seem too bad. Because I can just kind of elevate Virgil. Oops. Virgil goes here. And is able to push that. This is awkward. But I think it's okay. There's probably a simpler way to do all this. Oh, I've made a mistake. Didn't want that that far over. That has to stay like that. Okay. So then with him on top of her...
So why does the FIN use the QT 150?
They're the only machines that can still run COBOL.
That's okay, I think. I forgot that seaweed wouldn't fall. Oh, this is not right. That's not how that goes. So first, I need to do some of this. There's no reason for this to be that high up. Just move it all the way down. This looks right. Then you don't need to be involved in moving this seaweed around, but you do need to be on top of it. Is there still room for that? There is, I think. Hey, move the right fish. Uh-huh. Shoot. Let's what? Let's something. Maybe this and that, sure. Okay, this looks almost believable. Shoot. There. Okay, that is the structure I wanted to build. Perfect. Alright, I think that task is done. So we can get Virgil all the way up. Over here. To push that this way. Elevate this. This is very satisfying to see all happening. Let me just do this just in case. So I pushed that. I can push this again, and that's very cool. Now what I do is I elevate... What I do is I don't do exactly that. I move this down first. So I have the computer on top of my elevator. That's probably not exactly what I want. But maybe it is. Let's hope. Alright, so this is as far as I've thought through the puzzle. That's propped up, so I could do stuff like this now. Just ditch that and let that fall. Computer's strong enough to take it. And there we go. Got myself a computer. Yay! Okay.
Well, now that we've got that computer, we can get some answers.
Or at least we can play Boulder Dash.
That's a good game. Okay. I got the computer. So... Alright, so that has given me this padlock. Cool. I need to get done with... Wait, I got done with Crab Brothers. Gotta do the bridge somehow. Seaweed squishers. I want to look just for a quick moment.
What do you see up there?
In this mission...
I know. There's some fancy movement trick to get this starfish, and I want to see if I can figure out what it is real quick. Just spend...
I should have seen
oops. You should have seen that coming. I'm going to think about what it would take to get Virgil up on top of this without causing the problem down there. Like, you can't climb there because that's blocked. That's the way I did it first. Then that drops there, and that makes it inaccessible. So if you were to go all the way down here...
Yeah!
You would seem to be irretrievable. I do need to do this kind of early because I need this piece of seaweed. Because, yes, something has to get up there. I just don't see a way... Like, that's gonna fall no matter what I do. Can't really push anything else in there as far as I can see. And once that falls down, that's game over for the starfish. Okay, so I looked at it, I don't see a way to do it. There's some weird arcane trick that's necessary there. Definitely cannot do the rest of this puzzle without Virgil. Maybe I can do most of it without this piece of seaweed. That's probably what it's telling me. So do most of this without that piece of seaweed. But you can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... no. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't get this, you don't get that, so you only get an elevation of 4. Here's 5, 6. Which is nice, but it doesn't do anything for moving that computer.
So whoever sent that false message to...
Because, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if Flounder were there, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is enough to elevate Virgil here. to get that piece out. Yeah, and then that's enough to get him up here to get over the computer, but that doesn't help because he has no tools for pushing it. So that's no good. So yeah, this bit's gotta move. Can't get that out without it. Or can I? I can! That's the trick. This pipe can be extracted. Well, so what? Even if I could extract this pipe without using this bit of seaweed, by using this object and Virgil in here, because this is only 5 wide, which I can do, that's still not good enough.
Keep trying, you'll figure it out.
I already figured it out. I'm trying to figure out something else now. That still seems like it's not good enough for everything else, because that still gets me 5 elevation above the water. I need 6. Right? Yeah, and that's the 6th one. Virgil cannot play the role of the 6th one because he has to push that. Guppy's not really doing anything during that whole sequence when Flounder is elevating Virgil here, but she can't. I can't have him, like, push her up out of the water or anything. Could I hook something onto this surface or onto the computer? Maybe. I'll bet that's what it's going to end up being. So you'd probably push this out, then put an object here somehow. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the computer keyboard or something. That seems believable, and that's going to be a pain to figure out. Okay, so I have a theory. You probably need to have Virgil push an object onto this ledge or this ledge in order to... Well, no, how would that help?
You know, this isn't the oldest computer.
There are ways, maybe. Okay, so I think I get the general shape of what I need to do for the starfish, but that's going to take some extra figuring out. Alright, well, I got the computer. Next time, I guess I'll do seaweed squishers. Doesn't make me entirely happy, but it's what's going to have to happen. See you then!